In this session, we're going to talk about how to integrate your WordPress site with Twitter. There are literally hundreds of plugins to let you do just about anything you want with Twitter in WordPress. We're going to focus on two things: getting your Twitter information onto your site and getting your site's information onto Twitter. For getting Twitter information onto your site, we're going to use a plugin called Twitter Widget Pro. I've already installed it, but now I'll activate it. Now let's take a look at the settings. Here you can choose whether to run Twitter over HTTPS or plain HTTP. The update locks help keep your site from updating too often and Twitter blocking you, but sometimes it hiccups and doesn't clear the lock, so you can just click that link. You put in your Twitter username, optionally give the feed a title, choose how many items you'd like to display, and then whether or not you want a profile image. I'm going to take mine off. What to display when Twitter is down, the number of seconds to wait for a response from Twitter. You can choose to show the date time of the tweet and the format you want that date to be. And then there are a bunch of options for what kind of content you want in your feed. Now let's go look at our widgets. Here at the bottom, we can see our Twitter Widget Pro widget. We'll drag that right up there. Then here in the widget, we can optionally override any of the settings we made in the main settings page. That would allow us to put in multiple Twitter feeds on one page, but we're going to leave it just the way it is. And now we'll look at the front of our site. And there's our Twitter feed. It's not very styled because I haven't done anything with it at all. This is just what it looks like out of the box. But it's very well marked up with HTML, so you can use CSS to make it look like anything you'd like. Now let's take a look at getting WordPress to post to Twitter for you. We're going to look at one called WP to Twitter. At the top it says, Twitter requires authentication by OAuth. You will need to update your settings to complete installation of WP to Twitter. We'll skip this stuff at the top for now and go down to where we can authenticate with Twitter. Now our application has been approved with Twitter. Next, we switch to the Settings tab in Twitter Apps. Select Read and Write for the application type and update the application settings. Then we return to the Details tab and create our access token. We need to get our consumer key and consumer secret, as well as our access token and access token secret. The consumer keys are under the OAuth Tool tab. As are the access keys. And now we can connect to Twitter. Here are some shortcodes available in our post-update templates. Next we'll go down to Basic Settings. And now you can see where those shortcodes go. Right now this only updates when a post is published or edited. But you could do the same for Page and Staff, which is actually a custom content type, which tells us that if we added more custom content types, we could update them as well. We could also do it for comments and links. We could choose optionally to shorten the URLs. If we did choose to shorten the URLs, this is where we would put the information for the server we choose to use. There are many advanced settings, which we're not going to get into, but they're pretty self-explanatory. There are special cases, Google Analytics interaction, individual authors, disabling error messages, And you can set up limits by category. And lastly, right inside this plugin is an option to get support. Now that we're all set up, let's try doing a post and see what happens. And now let's go to our Twitter site and see what it looks like. And there's our post right in Twitter.